Hello, everybody. It's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with the Dirty Licks. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good. So,
Thanks for having us.
no problem, no problem. I see you guys are in your practice space. Are you getting ready to practice tonight?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're in Chupacabra Studios here in Tucson. This is where we practice.
Awesome. You got some shows coming up?
Actually, we just got done playing a few shows. We don't have anything on the books right now.
Looks like we're planning on heading out of town probably at the beginning of next year.
Awesome. Like weekend shows?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll try to hopefully get back up to Southern California, and then with any luck, we'll play with some of our friends up in like the Lake Havasu City, Bullhead City, Arizona area. So that's tentative, but that's what we're working on right now.
Cool. So let's start by everybody introducing themselves, what instruments they play.
I'll go ahead and start. My name's Mike. I play guitar.
I'm Jeff. I play drums.
Longo, and I play bass.
Yeah, he plays the beer.
Pocket beer.
So I was listening to the album you released this year. How did you guys put that together? Was it something you wrote before the pandemic and then kind of traded files, or was this something that you were working on during the pandemic and then you got together when certain restrictions were lifted?
That's exactly how it happened. We started the band shortly before the pandemic, 6 months or so?
Yeah.
Before the pandemic. And then we would regularly get together and practice until we all got COVID. And then we took a
Wow.
hiatus. And then once we were all healthy again, we got back to it. We had a handful of songs written and we just kept going, just kept rolling. And then this studio where we practice is also a full service recording studio. So we came in here and did it.
Did you guys produce it yourselves and put it out yourselves?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So
Yeah.
I like to hear that. What's the gratification you get from putting it all together, writing it, and then getting to put it out yourselves and like doing it all yourselves? How does that feel to accomplish that?
I mean, for me personally, it's pretty awesome. I've never been in a band or released a record that's gotten this sort of like favorable attention. So we're really, really lucky, and it's really, I don't know, it's kind of surreal, to be honest with you, doing a podcast with you, and just we've been played on other radio shows around the world. It's pretty gratifying. Because we had zero expectations when we started this.
We did, all of us played in I think it's fair to say we've all played a lot of punk rock, so there's that punk rock ethic that we have, where it's kind of do it yourself, and you don't have to deal with the disappointment of trying to get somebody else to do it for you,
Yeah.
So it really is. That's kind of, I think that's our ethic, we embrace the do it yourself punk rock thing. No frills.
The punk rock is really apparent in the drums, in the guitar. Really fast guitars, and just the driving beat of it's not the typical surf beat. It's like a really driving beat.
Correct.
And if I'm not incorrect, it's kind of recorded in a way different to what I hear most surf bands record. It's more pronounced.
Yeah, it's not as clean.
Yeah.
We're the Dirty Licks.
Yeah,
We're not the clean.
Yeah,
Licks.
we're the
So what are some of the bands other than punk rock in the surf world what are some of the bands that kind of say, hey, I'd like to do something like that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, Mike is the surf aficionado. I knew very little about sort of like modern surf music other than Daikaiju before I joined this band.
Oh, I love them.
Now I'm kind of soaking up a lot of the newer bands. Personally, I like the Drags. I think, or excuse me, the Comic Drags. I like the Young Parents. I think those guys are cool. And then what's my other favorite one that you introduced me to?
Oh, Arnold Desea.
Yeah,
Actually,
Arnold
I
Desea.
saw I watched his interview with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great stuff.
Oh my God, those guys are amazing.
Yeah.
The
Stuff like
I got his record from Noah from Otitis Media, and I was like, why haven't I heard of these guys? They were so good.
No, it's so good.
it's amazing. Yeah, they're on the I know they're on the Surf Monsters disc that the guy from Daikaiju put out. So that's kind of where I first heard them. I bought it from the guy Daikaiju. Really, I mean, if you think, if you're asking us about our kind of a surf orientation, it's, for me, I thought a lot about just doing a regular plain traditional surf band. And Jeff and I were at a Daikaiju show, and after the show, he looks at me and says, I'll do a surf band with you. And then, so I thought, oh, good, we're on our way. And then about a month later, he says, yeah, we're doing surf punk, right? I didn't know what that was. So we're making it up as we go.
Yeah,
on.
we're kind of rolling the dice as we go here, see what happens.
Yeah.
It's
Don't bring in a nice, pretty song. If you guys mess it up.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
some of the songs on there have this really crazy maniacal little riffs between the chord progressions, and it just reminds me of like the post-punk, but with the driving punk drums behind it, but it still has that lush reverb sound.
We're using reverb tanks and kind of doing it that way, but we're bringing our own thing to it, which is kind of, it's like throwing it all in a blender and turning it on, under a couple lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Nice. So tell me about how you guys got together. This was before the pandemic hit, 6 months. How did you guys all connect?
So Mike and I just known each other for a long time, just from the music scene here.
Just happened to be at a Daikaiju show, and I just mentioned to him, because I know he's a surf music fan, that if that was something he'd be interested in doing, I'd be happy to play drums on it. And then Stacy and I play in another band together, and he just kind of started hanging around after band practices and checking us out. And then he laid down here. This guy's a wizard. Like, specifically to be in this band because he's awesome.
Jeff and I were at a show. He was playing with this other ska band, really cool punk ska band that he plays with called Sucker for the Sour. I was like, you're playing there, really good. And we thought, well, let's ask him. You think he'll say yes? Let's try it. See, I think we had a few before that, so we had some courage going. And fortunately, he said yeah. So
I was super stoked to even be approached like that. I've never been approached by somebody asking me if I want to join their bands. So that was neat to me. That was exciting to me. I was like, no way. I'm from the Distortionists? What? So that was really cool. I was honored.
it worked out.
Being
We're pretty happy. Go
ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, it's just, there's a good bit of chemistry here. It just works out fine. I mean, we like hanging out with each other. We've done some out of town trips, and we haven't lost anyone yet.
Yeah.
So
We're all still alive.
It must be
what about
being in a ska band, you're used to like pretty fast changes and progressions. How did you translate that into playing in the surf band?
I didn't really. I had to learn a whole new style because I mean for our songs for the ska band, it's just kind of 4/4 punk, you know. And with the Dirty Licks, there's so many different types of riffs that you have to remember and just be, be driving there. So I just kind of took my job a little more seriously, and buckled down. And it was just a new experience for sure.
Yeah, but you're good. He could do it on the fly. This guy's good.
One thing you notice, you might listen to surf music and get caught up in the moment and not realize how hard it is to play surf music. How did you guys make your transition from being a bunch of guys that met into this tight band?
Well, it helps that, Mike is a bit of a perfectionist. So he likes stuff to sound good. And so we know that if we're going to go play a show or record something, we got to at least know the song. We're not just going to, half-ass it. So that's a big part of it.
But then it's also, I think, for Fernando, Stacey, and I, this is like a new style of music for us to play. So
It's kind of exciting and different, and it's a challenge. And so for me personally, it makes me want to play as good as I can.
Yeah, for me, it's I've been playing surf for I don't know how many years now. This just keeps my chops up, So surf guitar, it's a guitar medium, really.
Yeah.
And to play it, you got to have some chops. So that's why I just like playing surf music a lot. Plus, I love it. I think it's great.
The test of a guitar player is how well they can play clean, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Which
So
I really like.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I've seen you guys in a couple of zines. I sometimes I go through zines and I go down the list of the bands who are on the comps, who gets reviewed, interviews, and then I start listening to them, and then I reach out to them, and you were one of the bands that stuck out to me.
Yeah. Go ahead. You noticed.
Yeah,
Awesome.
A lot of people notice. It's funny how when you do interviews with a lot of the same genre, how one band doesn't know how many other bands know about them. Like everybody's connected in some way. Like everybody knows about everybody.
In some way, yeah.
There's not like a connection there. I'm trying to help with that, but a lot of bands on these podcasts talk about a lot of other bands. Oh, you should check these guys out. Check these guys out, and that's how I get interviews sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I was just watching Young Baron's video on today, and it's kind of neat because I gravitate towards them even though they're way younger than I am, because they have that kind of punk rock aesthetic, and I watch their live performances and super high energy, and and so it's neat because a year ago I never would have even thought to try to track those guys down. Now I spend an hour and a half watching videos on YouTube today.
Yeah,
about those guys. So so clearly it trickles down, but it takes a while sometimes.
Yeah, and then one watching one video then you'll have a suggestion pop up, and then you'll just go from one video to another.
Yeah.
The surf rock radio thing is really cool because there are always releases to check out, and so you can just click and find out all kinds of people right in that one spot. So that's cool. And then I think we mentioned like the Facebook groups. Those are great places to find bands too. Yeah, we're hoping to get a video together Actually, we're scheduled to shoot a video this Saturday.
Yep.
Shooting our first video this weekend.
Yeah, so we're hoping to get one out there at some point soon too.
Cool, cool. There was one song that I heard on your LP that kind of reminded me. Now I know this is a big theme in surf music, which is the Western spaghetti Western theme, but you kind of made it your own. Tell me about how that is. You made your take on that.
Well,
Just kidding, right?
yeah, you know, again, Mike is the curator of the spaghetti Western surf stuff. So when he has a riff or an idea, he throws it on the table. The guys that play the rock band, this is what comes out.
You know, the funny thing is, I actually started writing that song for another band, a punk rock band, and it just never worked because it didn't have that Western feel. But you know, these guys, you know, they had the hat, you know, the look.
And if you're referring to the song Van Cleef, that's the one we're shooting a video for this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
awesome.
be out in the desert. We'll be out in the desert here in Tucson shooting a video for it out with the cactus and the snakes and stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
it'll be authentic.
hence the name of the album.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. A little surf, a little punk, a little, you know, spaghetti Western. Yeah. Gotta mix all that.
I can't wait to see the video.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take very long to get it out. The guy who's shooting it for us, he usually knocks those things out pretty quick. So yeah, hopefully within a few weeks we should have something ready to go.
And you know, he's particularly cool because he does a lot of drone video stuff, really cool
wow.
stuff. So he can get up into the mountains, you know, and look around the mountains and look around
Yeah.
the desert, get those long views. So we're pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome. And the editing process is now extremely more user friendly. So you can get things done a lot quicker, like you said.
Yeah, that's when I think we'll have something ready to put out within a few weeks.
Cool, cool. So what is next on your plate after the video? You're gonna do some out of town shows. Where can people find your music and get a hold of you for shows, to learn more about the band, to talk with you? How can people get a hold of you and find your music?
Let me give everybody home address.
Oh, not so number 2. It was the Visa cards too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's credit cards. Well, we're trying to be really responsive to anybody that hits us up through our social media pages. Definitely, we're always doing some on Instagram and through our Facebook pages. We got our Bandcamp account, so all our stuff is up there on Bandcamp, so people can buy it. We're trying to just make ourselves easily accessible to everyone.
Yeah. So if people want, to follow us on Bandcamp, we'll get the message out in terms of shows and stuff for sure. That's proven to be kind of nice way to get.
Yeah, if people want to try to hit us up to play a show, they can get with us through any of our social media sites. We're pretty responsive.
Do you find it's easier to communicate with people in the surf community through Bandcamp, or say through Facebook or Instagram, or like what is your preferred method of conversation?
I know for me personally, I've since I've been in this band, I've gone out of my way to sort of reach out to other surf bands. Because like I'll listen to them and then I'll send them a message to say, hey, I kind of like your stuff. And, if you ever make it out to Tucson, let us know. We'd like to try to do something with you. And that's always been really responsive. Always got to respond. Virtually everybody I've ever communicated with.
Awesome.
Jeff keeps up the Instagram stuff, so if you see offensive stuff, it's him.
Me.
I usually watch the Bandcamp page.
That's what makes it cool, being offensive. It keeps the punk rocking.
I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm getting old, but I'm trying like now.
So is there anything left that you might want to mention that we didn't talk about, or a message to our viewers? Anything that you're working on? Anything I left out?
Well, we've got a handful of new songs that we put together. Not exactly sure when we'll get them recorded, but we've got a handful now. If anybody wants to, purchase t-shirts, stickers, anything, you can get with us, our social media, we'll send it out right away.
Yeah, and I think I would love for people to connect with us, especially other surf fans and stuff. We would like to stay in touch. Plus, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of surf music. So if a band hits us up and there's somebody, I probably already have the recordings, and it'll be, be pretty thrilling, I think, to connect with people. So I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, this is one way to do it. So we sure appreciate it. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I know it's band practice time and it's late at night, but I thank you for your time very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great practice, guys.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Take care.